Namaskar, Jai Shurai. Welcome to our channel Technical Learning for All. Swapnil Vyavhar this side, and today we are going to understand how to create Ubuntu EC2 instance. Okay. Now, if you don't know what is EC2 instance, let me tell you in simple word. Okay, we are just going to create the Ubuntu machine. Okay, we can select that Ubuntu virtual server. Okay, with the help of the AWS. Okay, and once we create the Ubuntu server, we will connect to that server by using WinSCP tool and putty. Okay, and then by using putty we will install JDK 8 on the Ubuntu machine, and after installing JDK on the Ubuntu machine we will install a Tomcat server. Okay, then we will run the Tomcat server and we will try to access the user interface of the Tomcat server from our Windows machine. Okay, so we will run that Tomcat server on the Ubuntu machine. Okay, and we will access that Tomcat server, we will access that GUI of the Tomcat server from our Windows machine. So let's start it. So step 1, okay, create Ubuntu instance and launch it. So to create the Ubuntu instance you must have the account on the AWS. Okay, aws.amazon.com. Visit the URL, click on sign in to the console. Now in this case, okay, my username password already remembered. Okay, that's why my sign in happened automatically. But in your case, okay, if you are a first time user, okay, then when you visit aws.amazon.com, okay, this website, when you visit this website, okay, and when you click on sign in to the console, okay, so it will show you the option to create the account. So what you can do is that you can just click on this, create a new AWS account, then enter your email address, your password, your username, right? Then do the verification of the email ID. At the end of the sign up you have to add your debit card. Okay, your ATM card you can add over there, and it will deduct only 1 rupee from your account. Okay, just for verification purpose. Okay, and you will get that 1 rupee back in your account. Okay, after verification. So for 1 year it is free. Okay, for 1 year you can practice. Okay, so in this case today my account is already created, so I will simply do login. Now to log in we have to add our email address, click on the next as a root user, then password, click on the sign in. Now once you log in to the AWS console first time, okay, first time it will not show any option here in the recently visited list. Okay, so first time, now today we want to create the Ubuntu instance. Okay, Ubuntu EC2 instance, we can say like that, Ubuntu virtual server. Okay, now here we have to search EC2. Okay, we must search EC2 here. Okay, and then move your cursor on this EC2 virtual server in the cloud, then click on the dashboard. Once you click on the dashboard, okay, you can check here how many virtual machines are running. Okay, then how many key pairs are there. Okay, how many instances are there. So now we want to create the new instance, right? We want to create new EC2 instance for Ubuntu machine. So what we can do is that we can click on the launch instance button. Okay, once you click on the launch instance button you have to give the name. Okay, just imagine you are creating a unique server, Ubuntu server. Okay, so you can give any unique name, okay, as per your requirement, just to identify that. So here I will give the name, like, let me give the name of my channel. Okay, Technical Learning for All, Technical Learning for All Ubuntu, okay, web server. Okay, Ubuntu web server, fine, web server instance, we can say like that. Okay, Technical Learning for All Ubuntu web server instance. Now here if you check, Amazon has provided different AMI. Here AMI means Amazon machine image. Okay, so Amazon has provided different images like Amazon Linux, then Mac OS, then Ubuntu, then Windows, Red Hat. Okay, then SUSE. Okay, then Windows. Okay, SUSE Linux, then we got Debian here, right? So today we want to create the virtual machine, the virtual server of Ubuntu. Okay, so here you have to select the Amazon machine image for the Ubuntu. Okay, so select it. Once you select Ubuntu here, just scroll down. Okay, and remember we are using the free version. Okay, so it should be free tier eligible. Just scroll down. Again here also it should be free tier eligible. Okay, now here we want to generate the key pair. Okay, so now what is key pair? Once this instance get created, okay, after creation of the instance, okay, if you want to connect, see, this instance is nothing but the Ubuntu virtual machine, okay, virtual server. Now if you want to connect to this virtual server from your Windows machine remotely, right, so you can connect to your virtual server, but for that connection we required a key pair file. Okay, so every time whenever we are creating the EC2 instance, we must create the key pair also. Okay, see, you can use a key pair to securely connect to your instance. Okay, to connect to our Unix instance, we can use the key pair. Now click on the create new key pair, just provide name here. Okay, let me make it shorten. Okay, Ubuntu key pair. Okay, key pair Ubuntu key pair. Okay, pair type is the RSA here. Okay, and then see there are two extensions .pem and .ppk. So we are going to connect to our virtual machine to our EC2 instance, okay, by using the putty tool. Okay, so for putty tool you can select the format like .ppk. Okay, then click on create key pair. See, once you click on the create key pair, automatically it will download the ppk file. Okay, so we got it, right? You can check here. See, we got it, technical learning for all Ubuntu key pair, and the format of this file is the ppk. Okay, private key file. Okay, now let me delete this additional. Okay, this was the old one, so let me delete this. Okay, this is the file for my new instance. Fine. Okay, after creation of the key pair, just scroll down. Okay, and here we have to allow traffic, okay, from the internet. So select this both. Why we are selecting this? Because we are going to connect to our we see on this virtual machine which we are going to create on this EC2 instance, we will install the Tomcat. Okay, and then we will access our Tomcat's UI from the Windows machine. For that we require the traffic from internet. Okay, so we can select this both option. Now just scroll down here. Okay, we are not going to change any other settings. Then number of instances should be 1. Okay, as we want only one instance at this moment, then click on the launch instance. So once you click on the launch instance, it will take 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so now click on this. Now if you check here, right, the instance state is the pending. Okay, so we have to wait for some time. It may take some time, okay, for creation. So you can just click on the refresh. See, now the instance state is converted to the running. Okay, from the pending it went to the running now. Okay, now it is checking the status. Okay, so here also we should get 2 of 2 passed. So it is initializing at this moment. So you can just click on the refresh here, again refresh. Wait for some time. One more thing is that if you create multiple instances, right, you can just click on this checkbox and then you can see the properties of that instance. The properties like IPv4 address, then public IPv4 DNS, right, then you can check the host name, then you can check the auto assigned IP address, okay, whatever IP address is assigned to this particular Unix machine, to this Ubuntu EC2 instance, right? That, let's refresh again. Okay, again it is initializing only. Let's wait for some time. But you can check the properties, okay, for this particular instance here, status and alarms, then monitoring, then security, okay. But we will not go in depth at this moment. We are just going to create a simple Ubuntu instance, okay, which is already created now, okay, and then we are going to connect to this Ubuntu instance from our Windows machine, okay, by using the WinSCP tool. And then we are going to install JDK, we are going to install Tomcat on this EC2 instance of the Ubuntu, okay, and then we are going to access our Tomcat user interface from the Windows machine remotely. Let's refresh again. Okay, it is taking much more time. It should not take. Okay, great. See, now if you check here, the status check is what? 2 of 2 checks passed. Okay, great. So it means that now our Ubuntu instance is running perfectly. Okay, see, state is what? Running here. Now to connect to this Ubuntu server, okay, we can use the tool called WinSCP. So if you don't know how to install that tool, okay, what you can do is that visit my channel and firstly watch this video, okay, what is EC2 instance, okay, but it is just a simple installation, okay. So if you have installed, or if you want to install, just install the WinSCP, okay, in your local, in your Windows machine, okay. Why we are installing WinSCP here? Because we want to connect to our Unix server, right? So now click on the new site here, okay. Once you click on the new site, we have to provide the host name, right? Host name you can get from here, okay, from this console. Just try to get public IPv4 DNS, okay. Copy this, public IPv4 DNS. Now click on the new site, just Control V, okay. We are pasting the host name here. Now username. See, for the AWS Ubuntu server, okay, for the AWS EC2 Ubuntu instances, okay, the username is what? Ubuntu only, okay. And now here for the password, okay, now as you remember, we downloaded one ppk file, right? We got this ppk file, so we have to use this ppk file, okay, to log in. So here, okay, click on the advanced, then click on the SSH, in that click on the authentication, okay. Now see, if you check here, it is asking for private key file. Click on the browse. Now go to the download folder, okay. Here you can see a technical learning for all Ubuntu key pair, okay. So click on the open. We got the file here, right? Now click on the OK, then save it. Let me give some unique name, okay. So click on the save. I'm giving name like Ubuntu new instance, okay, new instance Swapnil, okay. Click on the OK. We got it here, right? It is saved now. Now if you click on the login, okay, you will be able to log in that particular Ubuntu server. Click on the yes. See, authenticated using the ppk file and started the session. And now if you check here on the right side, okay, if you check home/Ubuntu, right? So these are the folder of the server, okay. These are the folders of the Ubuntu server which we created now, okay. If you want, you can check the timing here. See, 8 p.m. correct? These are the timings, okay. Now for example, you can check here some folder, okay, like root, run, okay, then tmp, then we have dev folder here, okay, we have the opt folder here. So these are all the folder which available on the Ubuntu server, okay. So we successfully connected, okay, to our Ubuntu instance from our Windows machine by using the WinSCP tool. Okay, we have connected to that instance also. Okay, now just imagine if you want to execute some commands. Okay, if you want to fire, let me refresh it. Okay, if you want to fire, okay, some command on this Ubuntu server. Okay, so to fire those command, we may need the console, the putty console. So in the WinSCP, if you check here, see, we got it, right? Open session in the putty. Check here. If you click on that, it will open the putty console for you. Okay, so in the Windows machine we have the command prompt, right? So it is just like a command prompt only. Okay, but by using this console you can fire the command on the Ubuntu server. So let me clear it first. We cleared the console now. Now we want to log in as the root user. Okay, so because whenever you want to execute some command on the Linux or Unix server, okay, that time you should be acting as the root user. Okay, so to act as the root user, command is sudo, okay, then sudo, su and hyphen. Okay, su and hyphen, click enter. Now if you check here, the Ubuntu is now converted to whom? To the root. Okay, so now we are acting as the root user. Okay, now just imagine if you want to check the version. Okay, if you want to check the version of the Ubuntu OS, okay, so you can use the command like lsb_release-a. Right click here, lsb_release-a. Okay, enter. Okay, see, we got it, Ubuntu 22.04.3. okay, this is the version. Okay, now we want to see, now on this server, okay, on this Ubuntu instance we want to install Tomcat. Okay, so to install Tomcat for security purpose, what we can do is that we can create the separate user. Okay, so why we are creating that? For security purpose, Tomcat should run under a separate user. Okay, so we can execute this command. Okay, what this command will do, it will create the user Tomcat, okay, in the group Tomcat. Okay, now if you want the explanation for this, you can just comment below. Okay, or you can note it down from here, just take the snapshot kind of thing. Okay, so this is the command which we are going to execute now. Okay, if you scroll here a little bit down, you can see the explanation. Okay, sudo will what? It will allow me to act as the root user, as a super user, right? Then user add is what? I want to create the new user. -m is what? It tells the user add command to create the user's home directory. Okay, so for my user, the name of the user is what? Tomcat, and for this user with the name Tomcat, the home directory will be opt/tomcat, as I show earlier, right? In the Ubuntu server, if you go to WinSCP, this is the Ubuntu server, right? In this Ubuntu server, if you check opt, okay, this is one of the directory, opt, right? Opt. So what we are doing is that, what this command says, that inside the opt folder, create one folder called Tomcat. Okay, and we have the username also Tomcat, right? So this folder, okay, will act, okay, as the home directory. Okay, user's home directory. Okay, this folder will act as the user's home directory. Why we created the user? We created the user for the Tomcat server, right? And Tomcat server we are going to place under the same directory. Okay, so this directory will work as the home directory for the user with the name Tomcat. Okay, don't be confused here. Directory name also Tomcat, it is a simple folder. Okay, username also Tomcat. Okay, and we are going to add this user in a group, the name of that group also Tomcat. You can read this explanation from 1 to 7. Okay, Tomcat, this is the username of the new user being created. This is the username. If you check here, -s being false, this option set the login shell, okay, for that particular user. Okay, so simply I will copy the command, Control C. You can take the snapshot of the explanation. Now if you scroll down, okay, you can check more description. You can just take the snapshot, okay, of this explanation. We have copied that command now. Now what we will do is that we will go to the putty console, okay. On the putty console, just do right click here, okay. What this command will do, it will create the new user, okay, new user with the name Tomcat in the group Tomcat. Home directory will be opt Tomcat for that user, okay, and shell will be bin false directory. So if you are not getting this in a simple language, understand that we are just creating the new user, okay, with the name as Tomcat. Now step 5, once the user is created now, okay, what we can do, we can just check that whether that user's home directory is created or not, okay. So as I told you, we are going to create the home directory inside the opt folder, right, and the name of that directory will be Tomcat, okay. So as we already executed command here, so it should create the Tomcat directory in the opt folder. If you go to WinSCP, see at this moment directory is not there. If you refresh here, refresh, see we got it, right. This is created exactly at 8:11. See the timing. Now timing is the 8:12, 2012, right. So it is created at 8:11, okay. It is created when we have executed the command, okay. If you go inside this folder, that folder is empty at this time, okay. So if you check, this folder is empty, size is 0 for that, okay. It is completely empty folder, and when we executed this command, okay, that folder is created. Now we identified that folder is there. Now we want to install the JDK, okay. So before we install JDK, okay, what we can do is that we can update the package manager, okay. To update the package manager, we can execute the command sudo apt update, control C, okay. Then go to the putty console, do right click here, sudo apt update. So before doing any installation in the server, in the Unix server, in the Ubuntu server, okay, you must update the package managers, okay. So enter. It will take some time to update the package manager here, okay. So wait for some time, and remember your internet connection should be very good, okay. Great, okay. Package manager is updated now, okay, fine. Now to install the JDK, we can execute this command, okay, sudo apt install default JDK. Minimize this. I'm clearing the console, clearing it, terminal. Now doing right click here to paste the command, sudo apt install default JDK. Sudo apt install default JDK is the command, okay. Now do you want to continue? Click on the yes. It will install JDK on your Ubuntu instance. Great, okay. Now our JDK is installed. Let's clear the terminal now. Clear, enter. Now find java-version, JDK is installed successfully, okay. So till now what we have done is that we created the Ubuntu instance, okay, on the AWS. Then we connected to that Ubuntu instance by using the putty terminal using WinSCP, okay. After that we created the user on that machine, okay, on the Ubuntu machine with the name Tomcat, okay. And now we updated the package manager, okay, by using sudo apt update command. Then we updated the package, then we installed the jdk using the sudo apt install default jdk command, okay. We check the version also, we can check the version of the Java using the java-version command, okay. Now next step is that let's move to the temporary folder, okay. Now if you check here on this machine, okay, see on the Ubuntu machine we have different folder: boot, dev, etc, home, lib, run, okay, temp. So we want to move to the temp folder now, okay. We are here at this time, just refresh, there is nothing, okay. Same we can do using the console also. Firstly go to the home cd/, okay, then type ls command, it will display the list of the files and folder available, okay. Now we want to go inside the temp directory. So to go inside the temp directory, type cd tmp, enter and do ls, okay. Ls will display the list of the files and folders available in that particular folder, okay. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to download the Tomcat, okay, from the Tomcat website, Apache website, okay. And then we are going to upload that Apache Tomcat server's zip file, okay, in this temporary directory, okay. And then what we will do, we will unzip that file, okay, from the temporary directory, and we will unzip that file to the opt tomcat folder, okay. Just go back again, see we copy the zip file to the, we will copy the zip file to the temporary folder, right, tmp folder. Now we will unzip that file from the temporary folder, okay, and we will unzip that file to opt/tomcat in this folder, okay. At this time you can check size is 0, okay, there is no size at all, okay. So we will extract that server inside this folder. So let's do it, okay. So what you can do is that to download the Tomcat, visit the website, okay, or you can copy this URL as it is, okay, archive apache.org dist tomcat. So we are getting the archives, okay, from the Tomcat. So let's paste the URL here. Now if you check here, okay, we have documentation here, okay. Then we have the Tomcat for the Windows 64-bit, right, but we want it for the Ubuntu, right. So for the Ubuntu we will get the tar file, tar.gz, okay. So you can download this file in your local machine, just click on that, it will download the file automatically, okay. Now to install this, okay, firstly we have to upload this, okay, upload to the server. So to upload this zip file, this tar file to the server, okay, what we can do, simply click on this, okay, on this URL, double click on this and click on the browse, go to the location wherever that downloading is done, right. So in my case it is in the download folder, okay. So click on the OK button, right. Now select this file, okay, Tomcat zip file. We want to upload this file to the tmp folder. Just do right click on this, click on the upload, okay. It will upload the file to the server in the temporary folder. Fine. Now our Tomcat is already uploaded in the tmp folder, okay. Now what we want to do is that we want to extract this Tomcat in the opt folder, okay, in the opt Tomcat folder. So for that here we have the command, okay, we have the command here, okay, sudo tar xzvf, then the name of the folder and then the path, okay, where we are going to extract. So we are going to extract this file, okay, we are going to extract this file, okay, to the opt tomcat folder, okay. And why we are giving strip component is equal to 1 here, because we don't want to copy the Tomcat folder. As you know, whenever we extract any zip file, right, it will extract this as a folder also, right. So we directly want to extract the content, okay, content to the Tomcat folder. So we don't want folder inside the Tomcat folder, we directly want all the content. Okay, so that's why to escape that first folder we are writing strip component 1. Okay, now go to your console in the tmp folder. If you just do ls here, okay, see we got the zip file here, right? We got the tar file here. Just do right click here, okay, right click, and then just click on the enter. So we extracted the file. Okay, see all these files, okay, all these files and folders, bin folder, if you check here, bin folder, web app folder, okay, all these folders are extracted, okay, as per our command. This is a very long path, so let me clear the console first. Clear the console. ls command. What we have done, we have extracted this zip file, okay, to the opt tomcat folder. How we can check that? So go to the home, cd slash, enter, type ls command. You will see the opt folder here, right? So you can just do cd opt. See, this is the opt folder, right? Do cd opt here. You will go inside the opt folder, just type ls here, okay, and then cd tomcat, okay, go inside the tomcat, then type ls again. So see, we got it, right? This bin, conf, lib, logs, temp, web apps and work, these are the folder now created. Okay, so simply what we have done, we have extracted the content of this zip file to the tomcat folder. Okay, great. Now once extraction completed, okay, you, as you remember, we earlier created a user with the name tomcat, right? Now what we are going to do is that we are just going to assign ownership to the tomcat user. Okay, tomcat user, okay, we are just going to give the ownership of this particular folder, correct? Because we created the tomcat user only for tomcat server, right? So we are just giving the ownership of the extracted installation by running this command. Okay, so user will get the ownership of the tomcat bin folder and tomcat home folder, correct? This one, opt tomcat, this is the home folder, right, for tomcat server. So let me copy the command one by one. Control C, go to your console, right click here, enter, then type copy second command, sudo chmod -r u plus x, right click here, enter. So we have given the ownership now. Okay, ownership to the user, the name of the user is what, tomcat, right? And we have given the ownership of this folder, okay, opt tomcat folder. Inside the opt folder, opt tomcat folder, our tomcat servers installation files we have extracted, right? Fine. Now if you come down, second step is what? See, we installed tomcat now, okay, on the server. Now as you know, if you want to create any users in the tomcat server, okay, what you can do is that in the conf folder, okay, just go to console first, okay, do ls here, okay, we have a conf folder, right? Just go inside the conf, cd conf, we are now, and press enter. Now we are inside the conf folder, type ls. So see, inside the conf folder we have the tomcat users.xml file, correct? See, tomcat users are defined in the tomcat users.xml file. So what we are doing is that by using the vi editor we are opening this file. Okay, we have to open this file, and in this file we can add the users. Simple thing, we are just going to edit this file. Okay, so I am copying the command, go to console, right click here, okay, then see there is a vi editor, right, inside the Ubuntu. So when you enter, this file will be open. Okay, just enter, see file is open now. Now in this file, in this tomcat user and tomcat user, in these two tags, okay, we want to add the user. Okay, why we are going to add the username here? Because once we start tomcat on this Ubuntu server, okay, Now if I want to access that Tomcat from the remote machine, so we can use the user, okay, user name and user password to log into that Tomcat console. We will see practically, okay. At this moment only understand that we are just creating the two user, okay. Let me do one thing. Let me give the username as the for manager, okay. I am giving the manager, okay, and manager, okay, for manager's graphical user interface, means for manager screen, okay. And then I am creating second user as the admin, okay, username admin, password as the admin, okay. Now we can copy these two files, these two lines, okay, to our Tomcat XML file, okay. See, what we are doing is that role name. Here our role name is what? Manager hyphen GUI. Here GUI stands for graphical user interface, okay. Now the username is manager, password is the manager, okay. Let me correct spelling here, okay. And then we have the second username as admin and password as the admin, okay. So simply you can take the snapshot, okay. I am just copying these two things, Control C. Now in the putty console we have opened the Tomcat file, okay, by using the vi command, okay. Now if I want to insert that information here, first thing is that on your keyboard press I button. Just observe here, okay, what happened when I press I button, okay. When I pressed I button, see, now it is showing insert mode is enabled, okay. Insert mode is enabled. Now you can just use your arrow key, okay, come here, enter, and just do right click, okay, right click to paste. If you right click here, see, whatever we copied from the text file, right, that is now pasted here, okay. Okay, now see, at this moment insert mode is enabled, okay. Just press escape. So now you are out of the insert mode and we want to save these changes, okay. So press shift colon then WQ exclamation mark, okay, and then press enter. So our changes are now saved in the Tomcat user XML file. How we can verify that? Press up arrow key, again execute same command, sudo vi opt tomcat conf tomcat hyphen users.xml, enter, okay. You can see the changes here. Press escape. At this time I am not going to save anything, so I just type q exclamation. Earlier to save that we type wq, right? Fine, enter. Now we are out of the file, so our users are added now, okay. Now you can check this two command, okay. See, we want to remove the restriction for the manager page, okay. So to remove the restriction for the manager page, copy this sudo command, okay, sudo vi opt tomcat web apps manager meta inf context.xml, okay. Do right click here, enter, okay. See, this is already commented, so we have to comment this. This is what simply we are saying here. To remove the restriction for the manager page, okay, just comment these two things, okay. Now to remove the restriction for the host page also, you can fire second command, this one, Control C, and you can comment these two things from that. So I am just doing escape here, escape, shift colon q exclamation, enter, right click, enter, okay. Here also I commented both things, okay. So again escape, q exclamation, enter, okay. Because I don't want to save, it was already commented, that's why I pressed q exclamation, okay. If in your case if it is not commented like this, please comment it and then escape colon wq exclamation, okay, and then press enter button to save that. Fine. Now we have to create the systemd service, okay. So why we are creating this service, okay, to run Tomcat, okay, to run Tomcat. Either we can run directly also, but rather than doing that, okay, we can create a service, okay, in the Ubuntu, okay, and by using that service we can directly run the Tomcat. Now first thing is that, okay, we have to execute this command. Okay, why we are executing this command? To identify the path of the Java. Okay, see, require the Java runtime to be present, right? So we want the location of the JDK, in which folder, at which location JDK is installed. So we will copy this command: sudo update -java -alternatives space hyphen, okay, 1. Go to the console, right click here, enter. So see, we got open JDK path. Okay, this is the path: user lib jvm java 1.11.0. at this location the JDK is installed. Okay, now we got the path, right? Why we want the path? Because we want to create the Tomcat service, right? So Tomcat require the JDK. So in the Tomcat service we have to pass the path of the JDK. Okay, so whatever path we got, right, this is the path, correct? If you check on the console also, /user /lib /jvm /java -1.11.0 -openjdk -amd64. Okay, if you check here, same path is there, right? Correct. So I copied earlier. Now what we want to do is that we want to create the Tomcat service file. So again we will use the vi command, sudo vi etc systemd system. You can copy as it is. Okay, just fire this command, so it will open the vi editor for you. Sudo, okay, it will open the vi editor for you, enter. So we got the vi editor now. Okay, and with this path, and in this system folder we are going to create the tomcat.service file. Now what we have to do is that we have to copy this code. Okay, so we want to create a service, okay, in the Ubuntu machine to run the Tomcat. So in this you have to write as it is. Okay, give the unit tag. In the unit tag you can give any description. Okay, so apart from that, one thing which you have to remember is that earlier we found the path of the JDK, right? We found the path of the JDK, okay, this path, by using this command, right? By using this command. So you have to copy this path. Okay, user lib jvm java. Okay, just scroll down and copy that path. Okay, here in the Java home. Okay, in the Java home it should be in the double quote like this. So we copied the path here. Okay, now we must copy this content as it is. Okay, Control C. Only thing which you have to remember is that please paste the proper JDK path. Okay, like this. Okay, Control C. Now in this file, to enable the insert mode, press I on the keyboard. Okay, do right click here. Correct, our content is pasted here now. Now to save this, press escape on the keyboard, then shift : WQ exclamation. So it will save our file. How we can check that our file is saved now? You can just execute same command again. You can check the content here, right? Now to exit from this, type escape : Q exclamation. So it will exit from the file now. Okay, so we created the service file also. Now see, now Tomcat server uses the port number 8080. Okay, so to enable that port to accept the HTTP request, okay, we have to fire this command: sudo ufw allow 8080. Okay, now go to console, right click here, enter. Okay, then to enable Tomcat starting up with the system, you can execute this command. Okay, sudo systemctl enable Tomcat. Okay, whenever system will start, it will start Tomcat also. Just enter it. Okay, now to load our configuration, you can fire this command. Okay, to load all the daemons. Okay, just go to your console, right click here, sudo systemctl daemon hyphen reload. Okay, then enter. Okay, then sudo systemctl start tomcat. Okay, sudo systemctl start tomcat. Okay, this command. Okay, to start the tomcat server, right click here, enter. Now if you want to check that whether our tomcat server is started or not, okay, you can check the status of that server by using this command. Okay, sudo systemctl status tomcat, control C, right click here, enter. See, tomcat is running now, right? Tomcat is started now. Okay, okay, fine. Now let me show you one more problem here. See, now our tomcat is already started, okay, on this particular server, okay, on the port number 8080. Okay, so let me do one thing here. Let me just control C from here. Okay, it is already running now. Okay, you can check the status by using this command. But what we can do is that we can just try to access that tomcat from our local portal, from our local machine, from the browser. Okay, open your browser. Okay, and one thing which you must take care is that, okay, just copy this IPv4 DNS. Okay, copy it. Okay, copy, click on this. Now control V, give colon 8080. Okay, so it will not open the tomcat sometime. Okay, in which cases it will not open the tomcat. Okay, we have to add the inbound rule, okay, for the custom TCP. So if you check here, it will give the error to you. Okay, the error will be like this. It will give some error like site took too long to respond. Okay, see, even though our tomcat is started, okay, we are not able to access that. Why? See, site can't be reached, it took too long to respond. Okay, why? Because we have not added the inbound rule. Okay, we have to add the inbound rule custom TCP with the port number 8080. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Go to your instance here, then go to security groups. So in your instance, click on the security. Here you will find the security group. Select your instance properly, click on the security group, then click on the actions. Here click on edit inbound rules. Okay, now inside this inbound rule we can add the rule as custom TCP. Okay, so for that click on the add rule. Okay, and here you will get the option for custom TCP and add the port number as 8080. Okay, and here we have to add the path like 0.0.0 again .0, okay, and /0, like this. Fine. So our custom TCP is now added here. Click on the save button, save rules. Okay, once you will save that, it will refresh the instance automatically. Okay, and then if you refresh this, see, we got it, right? So what we have done is that from our Windows machine, okay, from our Windows machine we connected to the Tomcat GUI. Okay, and our Tomcat is running on this particular Linux machine. Okay, this instance is running right on this Ubuntu server. On this Ubuntu machine our Tomcat is running, right, and we connected to that console of the Tomcat from our Windows machine. Okay, now as you remember, we created the user, right? We created the user like manager and the admin, correct? So you can just click on the manager app and write your username. Okay, so it was manager and password was manager. Sign in. See, your sign in is successful now. Okay, again if you go back here and if you go to host manager, okay, so for host manager, let me try manager first. Manager GER manager. Oh, it was admin, sorry. Okay, it was admin for the host manager. Let me refresh again. 8080, enter. Fine, sorry. Let me open this, man, rather than connecting. Let me open this like this. Sorry, let's do one thing, man. Go to this instance and select this instance. Okay, copy this public IPv4 DNS. You can copy the IP address also, dynamic IP address, and then give port number of the Tomcat 8080. Host manager. For this, our username was the, okay, you are not authorized to view this page. Fine, not the issue. Let me refresh it. I just want to, okay, it is remembering the same username. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me open this in the incognito tab. Okay, incognito, host manager. It was admin. Okay, admin, sign in. See, great, fantastic. Why it's not login here? Because it is remembering that old password for the manager. Okay, that's why. So if you click on the manager app, now login happened successfully. Correct. Just let's do one thing. Open this in the incognito tab only. Let me open the incognito. Cancel, man. Let me go to the home page first. Here, go to the manager app. See, it will ask you the username password, which we added earlier in the tomcat-users.xml file. Okay, sign in. See, login successful. Now from this console you can do the deployment. Okay, so guys, I hope this tutorial is helpful for you. So in today's tutorial, what we have done is that step 1, we created Ubuntu Ec2 instance. Okay, we can select that Ubuntu server. Okay, Ubuntu virtual server. Okay, then step 2, we connected to server using putty. Okay, using WinSCP. Okay, putty. Now step 3, what we done is that we created user. Okay, user with name Tomcat. Okay, step 4, what we have done is that we installed JDK and Tomcat server, right, on Ubuntu instance. Then step 5, we created service to start Tomcat. Okay, we edited the inbound rule. Okay, we added that custom TCP, right, this one, correct. Okay, and we started Tomcat. Okay, how we started Tomcat? By using this command, right? You can use this command, sudo systemctl start Tomcat. Okay, now if you want to stop the Tomcat, what you can do is that stop Tomcat. Okay, so when you stop the Tomcat, if you go to browser, let me close this one. If you refresh here, so see, site can't be reached. Why? Because we stopped the Tomcat server. Now if you again go to this one, type sudo systemctl start Tomcat, enter, go to the browser, click on the refresh. See, our Tomcat server is now up and running. We started Tomcat. And step 6, logged in to Tomcat GUI from Windows machine remotely. So guys, thanks a lot for visiting our channel, which is Technical Learning for All. And if you think that on this channel you are getting informative content, so please like, share, subscribe. Okay, Technical Learning for All. And if you want this file, okay, this file, you can just comment below, so I will share this file on your email ID. Thank you, Jai Hind, and take care.